What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where today we have the first 2023 Maserati Ghibli GT. Yes, the very starting point, the entry-level Maserati Ghibli trim, the GT for 2023. We have not yet had a 2023 model GT on the channel yet. We had the Modena trim. I have a Trofeo video coming of the 2023, and I have the GT trim here. So let's start off with this entry-level base model of the Maserati Ghibli, because again, some things have changed for the 2023 model year, and keep in mind that the Ghibli should be going away next year, so this will be the final GT models you see this year for the 2023 lineup. So with that said, let's get right to it. Now I'm here at Maserati of Daytona Beach showing off this Maserati Ghibli GT to you guys. This starts off at a price of $85,300, but you can tell that we probably didn't go too far beyond that as far as options. As you can see, this is pretty standard when it comes to equipment. So standard that there's only actually 3 options on this car that we've added to it. So with that said, there's not gonna be a ton exactly to add on to that price, but we'll go over the sticker and what we have here at the end of the video. But I have some bad news, because the GT kind of got shafted in a couple of ways, not just being the entry-level model, but you know, with options. With the Maserati Ghibli going out, well, they're not investing a lot into the GT trim. Maserati is really going hard on the middle spec Modena trim. So the GT kind of gets the short end of the stick. I know you're like, well, you know, it's an entry level. Get this, the GT, this is how much they're going for the Modena trim. The GT is not even available in Canada. That's right, you cannot get this Ghibli GT in Canada. All right, I mean, you can get the Levante GT in Canada, but Canada, I'm sorry, if you want one of these, you have to come to the United States to get one. And I'm not exactly sure how, you know, import laws work and everything like that, since they don't sell the car there. But yeah, the GT is not available in Canada. So that lets you know that they're really shooting for the Modena trim. And then there's a couple other things that we'll mention in the video for 2023 that changes on the GT that really kind of lets you know, this is on its way out. So first and foremost, the paint. You can see that this is done in beautiful Nero Rebelle with mica, and that looks so good. The shine is phenomenal. Now, that is actually an option with the mica paint to give it the nice flake to it. But with that said, there's only 5 colors for the Maserati Ghibli GT and the Maserati Levante and the Maserati Quattroporte. 5 colors to start with, all right? But then you can add on, you know, with Fierce Siri and everything like that. But they got rid of Bianco Alpi for 2023, which means you cannot get that pearl white paint that we also love. That's very important to me because my last Ghibli had Bianco Alpi. So that pearl paint is gone. Also, all Grigios are gone besides Grigio Maratia. So you can no longer get any other Grigio paint colors, all right, for 2023. But what you can get is a solid gloss white for the paint. You can get Grigio Maratia, as I said, Nero Rebelle, as you see here. You can also get blue Emissione, and you can get blue Nobile, all right? So those are your 5 essential colors that you're gonna see in the 2023 Maserati lineup, and especially here for the GT as well, all right? So if you get any other kind of colors, more than likely it's the Fierce Siri personalization program to get you something unique. Now, the color looks great. A couple of things you will not notice on the GT in 2023. What are you guys seeing? Those who know the GT will know that they would get chrome slats underneath, but they got rid of that. So no longer will you get a little bit extra luxury and chrome to kind of offset the chrome slats in the grille here with the matte insert. All right, you will no longer get that, which would be right there. It's just, as you guys can see, plastic. So they took that away from the GT trim in the Levante and the Quattroporte and in the Ghibli. That's the thing. Also, you can no longer get the full LED matrix lights for the GT as an option at all. That's right. You have to get the standard lighting right here that you see in front of me. So any GT model will have this. There'll be a good way to know it's a GT. So that's another thing they took away for 2023. They're kind of stripping it of its, you know, uber luxuriousness and high, you know, trim options. So it's kind of getting the basics to get by. Now you do have your level 2 ADAS that has not been taken away, as you guys can see in the fat trident there. but that's all to really note up front. The lighting, well, you get standard bi-xenon lighting and no chrome underneath that lighting for the grille. The wheels, you can only get 2 wheel options for 2023. Obviously, you're looking at the first wheel option, which is the standard wheel, which is a 19-inch silver Poseidon wheel. Now, the other one you can get as an option is a 20-inch silver Teseo wheel. Other than that, that's it. So as you guys can see, this looks really good. It's not a bad wheel, and at least it's a 19-inch, with the black caliper, glossy black white script. It does have the drilled rotors, which is nice because this is not the high performance model, so you will see the drilled Brembo brake rotors. But yeah, looking at it, it's not a bad wheel at all, but there's only 2 options, and this is the standard option. The other, like I said, 20-inch silver Teseo wheels. So that's 2023 for you. GT badge on the side, as you guys can see, so you know what we're working with, and the chrome portholes to go along with it. Looks so good in the sun. Then you have the chrome around the window moldings, chrome door handles. Not often we get to see this setup because normally we have a Nerissimo black package, which will black out the window moldings and make the handles body colored. You do have the sunroof, as you guys always do, standard for these models. And then the C-pillar done in a bright chrome finish as well. Looks wonderful. We're not done with chrome because once we come to the rear, we'll see the chrome insignia, the chrome Ghibli badge, and then the chrome exhaust tips, quad pipes, per usual for these cars. Black rear diffuser, boomerang tails. All looks good and dandy, right? And then we'll take a look, stepping back at it. Looks good per usual. So under the hood, what are we looking at? Well, this is the entry-level engine. So where are we starting? Well, you guys can see the silver shield, which lets you know that this is the lower horsepower variant from the Modena, and obviously the Trofeo gives you a completely different engine than the V8. But this twin-turbo V6 is a 3-liter, and it pumps out, 345 horsepower with a 5.5 second 0 to 60 and a 166 top speed out of this rear-wheel drive paired to the 8-speed ZF transmission. Now again, we've seen this in the Ghibli and this exact powertrain since 2014 when it first came out, and this is more than likely the end of an era. We will not see this again because, well, Maserati switched over to making their own engines to where this is a Ferrari-derived engine, and at the same time, we won't see it in the Ghibli because we probably won't see the Ghibli. So with that said, we gotta make some noise for old time's sake, make some classic Maserati music because, hey, engine sounds like this, even though it's a lower horsepower variant, still makes some beautiful symphonies. Now what Maserati did add standard, the only option they added standard for the Ghibli GT in 2023 was the hands-free power trunk. So I'm going to show you because I'm going to show you that I'm not pressing the buttons here. So you guys can see the kick down the center on the way out and it opens up. All right, just to show you I wasn't cheating. But hands-free power trunk, which is normally $600, is now free for the Ghibli. Whether they make up that cost in the base price and everything like that, I'm not the one to make accusations, but there it is. So you do have your carpet back here, 60-40 split for your rear seats. You have your 12 volt there. You have a little kind of cubby there with a net to keep things in. You have your tire inflate kit, your jack, your spare tire there, and battery that's tucked underneath here. All right, so all the goodies that you guys are used to for the Ghibli, about 13 cubic feet of trunk space there. So there's plenty of room back here and it does the job for sure. And before we get to the interior, there's 2 more things that you no longer get on the Ghibli GT that I wanted to mention for 2023. Well, no GT Sport package, no GT Nerissimo package. So basically they're keeping things more luxury side. So, no going sporty, no going blackout, which is why you see it how it is today when it comes to the body styling. Now, there's some stuff inside we need to talk about that is no longer there, but we do have some options that we need to talk about that are there. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, it helps grow the channel and I get more opportunities to get more beautiful vehicles like this 2023 Maserati Ghibli GT here behind me today. Now, before we get inside, just gotta show you, no comfort and convenience package on this specific model, still no soft closed doors, but you do have the dual pane glass window, as you guys can see there. And then the design for the hinge, where no preset hinge. You can open this or push it closed to wherever you want. Now look inside of this interior, because it's very nice. Again, for the standard model, it gives it a nice flavor inside to where it's just not bland black on black. As you guys can see, we have Kuyo for the leather interior. So all throughout the seating, you can see Kuyo. It looks beautiful. And then the trim, I'm gonna say it the best way I can, Rovere. Rovere. You know my Italian, guys. R-O-V-E-R-E. Rovere. But that is the wood trim that's inside of this model. So it looks really good. Aluminum side sill as well with the Maserati script. Hop inside, as you guys can see, leather all throughout, Nero leather, with the perforated on the steering wheel, chrome for the insignia, aluminum going down the center here. But let's close this up and give her a start. Foot on the brake, so we can get all the good stuff here. All right, the startup, the menus, and I can give you the full experience here. Now we do have the telescopic steering wheel, electronic there, all right. And then we do have the 10.1-inch touchscreen with Maserati Intelligent Assistant, or MIA or MIA system. All right, so you can see that this works with Uconnect 5. It is beautiful, per usual. Works for the most part very fast. It looks like it's a little laggy that I should just started up the vehicle, but for the most part, I love the system. I've talked about it plenty of times before. This is not new to 2023. We actually got this, I believe, in 2021. You do have the surround view camera, which I wanted to show you, which I always like to do because of the fact that this does have level 2 ADAS. You do have things like the driver assistance and a surround view camera. So again, I've gone through all of this. I mean, it has driver profiles. You can control pretty much everything here. You can do the "Hey Maserati" catchphrase, which is your command word to, have the vehicle, set up your GPS or turn up and down the climate controls or do certain things in the car. It's just really an intelligent assistant, as they say. And this is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for this. So really a great setup. Now, everything you see here is everything you've seen in the Ghibli before for 2023. The biggest thing is that some options may just be limited to, what you can have. So for the trim, you can see that we have the Rovere here. Now, if I were to go and look at different trim options for the Ghibli, well, this is one of them. And this is obviously an option, as you guys can tell. The standard is a high gloss dark mirror trim. Then you have the open pore radical wood trim. And then you have this one here. And then you have the high gloss piano black wood trim. So those are your trim for the GT models, all right? Only 4 of them that you can have for the interior trim. Now, when it comes to leathers, well, as you guys can see, standard leather, but it is Kuyo, but it is not, a Piano Fluidi or Zinna or Pelletasuta or anything like that. But guys, I'm really gonna save you a lot of the spiel here because you know all about the Ghibli, you know all about the dials, everything on the clock, you know all about, the wireless charger there, USB 2.0, USB-C and USB 2.0. And then, things like your armrest. You've seen all this before. Your sport mode button, your traction off, your start stop, your ice mode, 2-track system for the DF shifter here, all that. Just really quick, I want to open up and let in a lot of natural light here. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's pretty standard in the inside of this. Basically, it gives you the basics, and then we have an option, obviously, this wood trim, and then we have the colored Kuyo seats, so it kind of gives it a little bit more flavor inside of here than just black on black on black. So I do like that about this trim with the Nero Rebelle and then the Kuyo inside with the wood trim. It's a really nice gentleman spec kind of GT model. So they did a good job here, but if you want any more in-depth looks at what the interior of the Maserati Ghiblis are, even for 2023, I do a little bit more in depth in other videos. Let's check out the rear as well. You know, it's the Ghibli, so not a ton of room, but still looks good back here. Not much to it though. You do have the Kuyo seating as you're used to. You do have in the armrest here some cup holders, as you guys can see, wrapped in chrome. Little storage cubby there as well. And then your HVAC vents with your netting on the back for extra storage. That's about it. Same in the door handles here. You do have the extended leather here. You do have the Rovery wood trim and the aluminum trim for the door handle. Speakers, but again, keeping it pretty simple for the GT. Fuel economy is not too bad. Premium fuel, 20, 18, 25, so 20 combined city and highway, 18 city, 25 highway out of this twin turbo V6. Keep in mind, you got sport mode for more spirited driving that will take your fuel economy down, but you'll have some fun. And then you have ice mode, which is increased efficiency. I mean, then that is, you know, cruise control highway. That will probably boost up that 25. So it really depends on your driving. And let's check her out all illuminated with the headlighting there, the LED running lights, and the amber turn signal. Looks good, what we're used to from the Ghibli when it comes to the standard lighting. Amber turn signal. And then all Ghiblis do get the boomerang tails in the back. I currently have the fog light activated, so your fog lamp is actually in the rear there for the Ghibli. What do you guys think? All right, guys, so here it is. This is what you've been waiting for. How much does it cost to have a standard Ghibli like this one here in the GT for 2023? Well, again, starting price is $85,300 after the 3 options we've added and the $1195 destination with $300 preparation and delivery. You're looking at $90,000 $295, all right? That's it, $90,295 for this Ghibli GT. Now the 3 options, if you were wondering, which we talked about, the high gloss Rovery wood trim, which is $1,200, the extended leather on the pads, armrest, and hand, which is $1,100, and the Mica paint, which is $1,200. So not big options, but things that kind of make a little bit of a difference, enough of a difference to where you'd be able to tell. So with that said, what do you guys think? Because you're looking at basically 2 of the options with right here. You can obviously see the trim. You can see the extended leather. All right, so you see where the stitching is. That's where it's showing you where the extended leather and stuff is. So, I mean, that stuff, oh, and also right here, extended leather, see the stitching. But, you know, that stuff, it's small, but it makes a difference, you know, instead of not having it. And then the Mica paint on the outside to give it that nice sparkle. Other than that, guys, this is what you get. Everything else you've seen is standard for this Ghibli GT. And keep in mind, your warranty right there, whoops, 4 years, 50,000 miles, as you guys have seen. So yeah, everything is standard. So if you like what you see here, guys, you don't have to do much to it to keep it like this. And this is everything you'll get with the GT for 2023. So again, pause, zoom in, do what you need to do to make sure you see all of this very good. I mean, it's basically all we've known from the Ghibli, and it's going to be sad to see it go. I wish they had more options for the GT, but again, they're focusing on the Modena, and they're probably going to have more special editions coming out before the final run. So we will see the Ghibli and its highlights and its best forms probably later on in the year, with that special edition and all that kind of stuff probably coming out. But with that said, this is it, guys. What do you guys think? All right, guys, so with that said, at $90,000, is this Maserati Ghibli GT enough for you? I know this is the last model year, and once these cars are gone, I know some will miss them. I know that these cars are on their way out, so some people might want to just get one in their hands just to get it. Some people might want to go for higher specs in the Modena trim, and some might want to go all out and appreciate the V8 in the Trofeo trims. But let me know, is this just enough for you at the entry-level GT? Are the changes okay for you? And are you looking into getting the Maserati Ghibli before it disappears forever? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys haven't already, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up, because when you give the video a like, it helps get it up in the rankings. More people can see it, and we can have a bigger discussion on the entry-level Maserati Ghibli GT. Now, with that said, if you guys want to help further support the channel, always check the links down in the description below. I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal, my Cash App, my Venmo, and my Patreon, just in case you guys want to donate an extra $1 or $2 to the channel. Guys, I appreciate the extra love you guys show. It goes a long way. Thank you so much. You guys can also check out the Ron's Rides merch, where you can get hoodies, long sleeve shirts, you can get coffee mugs, pillows. I know it's getting colder out, guys, so check that out if you guys want to help support. And I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. See everything I'm posting on social media, Fiat, Ferrari, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo. That doesn't always make it here to the channel. Now make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video. And with that said, you guys be blessed, have a great day, and we will talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rides video. Peace.